Argentina may be able to hold this one for a bit longer.
Oh, that point flip was an absolute disaster for Thailand. Argentina sneaks it in, and that means Thailand maybe has one fight left in them. They're going to have to get back to the point super quickly. Argentina may sneak away with this map because Thailand stepped off the point for a moment.
Now, Panties needs to have a great sound barrier. Oh, no, and for Thailand, losing a Pudo right now is a disaster.
That's a massive play. Massive play from Klaus. Ballsy, and he gets it.
He took the risk, could have paid off big time. Kurlos coming around, looking for targets. Leviathan does go down. Thailand with an opening here. They can't quite get onto the point, though. NZNR, the only ones to kill so far. And Kurlos trying to find a little bit more. Nekta very low, and he's got the Discord Board Bomb in too. There's the Transcendence. Might need to use that one ASAP to keep people up. He does use it right away. DDX with the ult, if they can chase him away.
They're chasing
really
him, 37
res.
HP, Kurlos!
Oh, clutch kill from Kurlos to take out the Mercy with the res up. Argentina not done quite yet, though. They got a couple people back to the point. And with that self-destruct, Mickey
get the point.
Zones them, and they do flip it. There's the OT in Thailand.
Oh,
We'll go ahead and take it.
That was so very close. And Kurlos ran back from the point with Mickey in order to actually make that kill happen. And we're going to get a look at that self-destruct in the middle of the map, no doubt.
Well, this is that great self-destruct after the res comes in. DDX uses it, Mickey kind of knows where everybody is.
I mean, here's the thing. He sees the Pharah come in and he's like, all right, I know exactly where what's happening here.
Yep. That was a great predictive self-destruct. He knew.
It was a very telegraphed res. Like, once the Pharah, like, pops in there, you're like, okay, I know what your plan is.
Normally you don't want to die, do you, Pharah? But today, I see.
Yeah, especially on Village, like, there's a lot of ways, of course, to get out if you're Pharah, because flying over the buildings on that map is relatively easy.
Sure.
So you don't usually want to sacrifice yourself into the point because you're just sort of giving over ult charge.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That's... When the Pharah comes through, you know what's going on.
Yep. And Mickey with the big plays, and Thailand with the 2-0 lead in this series. One more, and they will have at least tied, they will at least force a tie with Denmark. So next map's going to be big.
Yeah, they only have to have a 50% win rate from here on out if they want to at least contest for that second place position. And Argentina's, they made that last point very, very close, but Thailand clutches it out in the end.
Yeah, tight map. So we are going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll see if Thailand can close this one out against Argentina.
Based on that, coming to this tournament, I've learned a lot, playing a lot against very strong teams. We got a lot of practice, and I'm feeling good about that.
There you hear from the players of Pudo and DDX.
I love a Pudo.
It was so adorable,
He's
wasn't
so
it?
cute. I want to adopt him. It's decided.
He's a champion.
He is. He's a killer, but he's
Adorable as doing so.
And then there's Flame over there.
Yeah. He does all right. He doesn't need our help.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's bring this back here. Actually, Pudo and DDX, two players that everyone was looking out for going into this match, right? Pudo has had a pretty amazing Overwatch World Cup thus far.
Oh, really? He definitely had. I mean, he hit some EMPs which were absolute
playmakers and really, really helped his team out. And I mean, looking at that team, the majority of people were like, Mickey, 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 Mickey. And then Opuda showed up and was just as strong, but also like players like NR and C, he also had some really, really good moments.
Oh, NZNR.
Yes. NCNR,
yeah.
The other way around.
Yeah,
Close
you got it. You got it.
I
Close
got
enough.
this.
I do. Yes, NZNR though.
Yeah.
He has been a talking point in this because yesterday not the best of days, so he really needed to show up. And what makes matters worse, he was going up against Klaus, who is absolutely incredible. But so far, things have worked out pretty well for NZNR.
It's true. Klaus has been having a really great game here, especially when he gets in the back line, does a lot of damage in there. But you mentioned DDX too. We've seen him on Zenyatta. He is super accurate today, and I've had a lot of fun watching the supports, especially for the Argentina team.
Oh, Kurlos. Can't forget about Kurlos as well. I mean, there's really a lot to talk about with the supports. You know, Kurlos pushing out with Mickey there was a really smart play at the end of that game plan.
Kurlos is definitely putting the team on his back today. He's putting in work a lot more, I think, than the past days, because I do think that the Pudos hasn't really been opting for the Sombra as much today. We saw him on the Genji, some on the Soldier 76. They had a game plan, they stuck to it. They did really well, and now they look like they could potentially put up a really good fight against China.
Yeah, my hope is that, you know, for Thailand, they're not throwing all the eggs into the Sombra basket, right? And I think Argentina, certainly a great team to kind of go up against, because you know that they're going to bust out the Sombra.
Can I say this, Al? I really hope Argentina can take one map off here, because I would love to see that tiebreaker on Oasis for Thailand.
That would be a nail-biter for sure. All right, guys, time to see how this one concludes. We have 2 more matches to go in this group. Will Thailand be able to secure their spot in bracket play, or will Argentina shock us all? Casters, take it away.
Thank you, Golden Boy. Doe and Monte Cristo here to close this one out. Thailand versus Argentina. Once again, Thailand 1 win away from at least tying Denmark, forcing that tiebreaker on Oasis a little bit later. And if they can get the 4-0, they're in.
Yeah, and I think that with the way things are going so far, I would be surprised if we didn't see the 4-0 from Thailand. Yeah. But Argentina has made things competitive, you know, sort of fight by fight, point by point. But Thailand's coordination, remember, most of these guys do play on a team all together, and they have been playing actively, you know, in leagues outside of Thailand, admittedly, in Southeast Asia. But now they've got Mickey as well, who, of course, is an Apex winner, now an Apex top 4 player as well this season. So it really is, I think, an upgrade for them in a lot of ways. And there's just tons of LAN experience for this Thai team, and I think it's showing now.
Oh yeah, well, we are going to Horizon Lunar Colony, way outside of Thailand. In fact, it's on the moon. And it's been a map that we have seen a ton of this week. It's been really interesting to see how the various teams have approached it. Seen a lot of different strategies, a lot of different picks, a lot of Reaper, in fact. And here we are one more time.
Probably going to see some Reaper.
I would imagine, yeah.
I think we'll be
Reaper, some Sombra, some peanut butter. I mean, yeah.
That's my favorite part of the moon, though, the peanut butter.
Peanut butter? Moon peanut butter?
I think it's Earth.
Just squeeze it out of a tube there.
I think it's Earth peanut butter. That's actually a good question.
You don't know
How do they get the peanut butter there? Because there aren't peanut plants, trees in the actual hydroponic bay.
That we know of, because we're only seeing part of the Horizon Lunar Colony. So they could have another hydroponics bay where they grow the plants that produce the peanuts that produce the peanut butter.
Honestly, growing nuts in a hydroponic lab is probably like the worst use of water ever.
Why? Nuts are delicious.
Yes, but they're very inefficient.
Sure, but if you make peanut butter with them, then you've got sandwiches, and a peanut butter and jelly sandwich is one of the most efficient sandwiches.
Oh, really? Is that how it works? So it justifies the tremendous amount of resources you would have to spend to grow nuts?
It's easier than raising cows and making like roast beef sandwiches.
They're probably all moon vegetarians, given the limitations, Noah, honestly.
I could never accept that. Here we go, guys. Welcome to the moon. Argentina in the red, Thailand in the blue. Argentina on their attack run. And we do see a Reaper and, in fact, Beast back on the Zarya once more.
Yeah, that's going to be a very dodgy, I think, attack for them. They're looking for this close range, sort of brawling composition, trying to fight in these little corridors, but they're getting poked and sandwiched in from either side right now. They have forced their way out. One of the entrants is slowly moving up, but they've got to watch that flank. I mean, Opudo's just peppering them from behind.
Yeah. It's hilarious watching Leviathan's health when he shoots with this new Reaper passive, just regaining that health as he Fires away at NZNR. Thailand still on the point, though. Holding for now. Wow, that's a lot of charge for Beast. He is at 100% on that Zarya, and he is roasting Mickey.
Yeah, so there's the EMP on the backside. That's not going to save NZNR.
Doesn't seem that way. Titawat trying to run away. He stays alive for the moment. He's got the nano boost. He is so low. There's the Primal Rage now. And as Argentina comes in with their own sound barrier, Thailand going to struggle a little bit. There's a really fast Graviton surge. Doesn't even need to use it, though. 2 kills already. Make it 3 for Thailand. And it looks like, or for Argentina, rather. And it looks like Thailand is going to have to give up point A. And Leviathan, having that Death Blossom is huge. They're going to lose DDX, but I think they're going to take this one.
Well,
at some point.
Yeah, they will eventually. And Argentina has looked stronger, at least on Horizon, compared to many of their other maps in this tournament. So this is definitely going to be the map that they are going to be looking to win. And with that push, they stayed patient. You know, one of my complaints was that they tried to defend the point too aggressively with a Reaper before. That time, even though they were sandwiched in and getting peppered with bullets, they decided just to slowly and methodically push out, look very deliberate in their attempt, and now they're rewarded with a pretty quick capture on point A. And Klaus.
All right, Klaus on the McCree, and there are a lot of mid-range firing options for this point, so I can see where the McCree would work. If you can get on the high ground with the Deadeye too, I can definitely cause some problems for the other team.
is on the table. They
Yep.
go out here, they have to go into a tiebreaker, or they advance as the second place team.
That's a good point. If Argentina does win out, if they do force the 2-2 overall with Thailand, then Denmark just goes through.
Yeah. So every option still here. Not like our last match, though, where
Yep.
these maps wouldn't matter. Every map matters in this one.
Very true. Okay. Whoa, Reaper. That's some conflicts of
Feel the
opinion
hilly
there, yeah.
beat and then time to kill. So
Time to kill with beats.
Argentina is going to be playing with the Reaper on the defense like we've seen them do before on Horizon, and they want to play with the Zarya again. So this is, again, very low range. They would be... Oh, nice sleep dart.
Start on the Tito out right away. Time to sleep. Leviathan working on his logo skills.
This is one of those times where we've seen a few Widowmakers on attack from teams, and a Widowmaker would be very effective against what Argentina's throwing at them because they simply would not be able to deal with it.
Yeah.
We're not going to see any swaps right now. Instead, Thailand happy just to move in and try and take some damage, build up that EMP.
Looking for the hack. He gets one on the Necta. Apudo trying to stay safe here. Argentina really hasn't lost anybody yet. NZNR goes down on the Thai side. And Thailand going to need to maybe back off and regroup a little bit. Apudo about halfway towards that EMP.
Yeah, they needed just to play a little bit more reserved right there. Thailand, you know, there's no issue in going for a hero swap right now. Maybe a soldier, maybe a Widowmaker that would allow them a little bit more free range chip damage without having to get down and dirty with the Zarya and the Reaper in close range.
Yeah. Just a scratch. Zarya's not worried. Beast staying strong on the point, getting pretty close to his Graviton surge. Buddha comes in, there's the EMP. This is Thailand's moment. They need to have a big fight here. Beast goes down almost immediately. NZNR throws out the pulse bomb. No kills from that. Has he at least forced better positioning for Asim to take advantage of? Looks like he has. And Thailand looking in position to claim point A.
There's not a great way for them to snowball, though, Doa, because one of the issues with running the competition that Thailand's working with is you don't have something like a Dragonblade, you don't have something like Attack Visor to immediately wipe the second point. So it is going to be a bit more of a grind, especially because it's going to take not very long, but still a little bit of time for Apudo to get that EMP up, and Argentina approaching some very important stall ultimates like the support ults, and they already have the Primal Rage.
Yeah. All right, wow, Thailand actually going for it. They dropped the sound barrier. Transcendence coming in right after that as well. Big commitment. Mickey with 2 kills. Good start for Thailand, but they're going to need more. That's more. That definitely works. They do put the nano boost on the Leviathan on the other side, though. Can't seem to pick up the kills in Thailand, despite only coming into that with 2 support ultimates. Handily wins the fight, and they may just be able to take it right here. That would be huge. NZNR with the pulse bomb. If he can hold the spawn, Thailand might be able to do it. There it is. Can he get a few? He gets DDX in Thailand. 5:26 left on the clock. A crushing attack round.
Every time we see this Argentina team have a successful attack, Thailand doubles down and smashes their time. Thailand with a lot to work with right here. 3 minutes more, in effect, 2 minutes 50 seconds to be precise. And that means I have to see a quick attack here from Argentina. Maybe they can get a snowball going and take both points, but Thailand with a big advantage.
Absolutely. They really needed that. Now, Argentina back on the attack. They've got 236 to work with, but again, it's only about half of what Thailand has after that pretty devastating attack run. See what Argentina can do. They might be running Beast on the Zarya again.
I think it's an interesting play from them. Beast's ultimate, his Graviton, up on the top side. They thought it was going to be effective because they sent Necta up there with the Winston to get the damage down, but unfortunately for Argentina, Thailand already had Kurlos with the Transcendence, so it was pretty much nullified in that attack, and we haven't seen the big Graviton play outside of that one on the first point. What were you hung about?
Matching stains on those chairs. What do you know?
You don't like symmetrically staining your chairs?
Yeah, I guess. I'll have to consider it now. I guess it's popular on the moon. Here comes Argentina. Beast did swap over to the Diva rather in the end.
You know what else is popular on the moon?
What?
Monkey murder. Are you down with that too?
You're right. Monkey side. Oh, Mickey taking that high ground defensive area. Argentina taking the long way around.
Yeah, they are out of the airlock right now, and just some spam going through the doorway. Looks like they're not actually going to be walking back, but two down already. Long range rocket from Leviathan will take out Mickey, and now they should have an easy time taking this first point.
Well, here comes the onslaught. Argentina got the picks they wanted, and Thailand already falling back, and there's a few more. Yeah, Argentina going to take point A really quick. Really, really quick.
That was definitely a boon for Argentina. Valuable picks. They also stopped the EMP from charging. And Leviathan getting those kills means that he's getting close to that tac visor. So they're actually in a good position. Panny's going to be switching to Lucio now. And Thailand readjusts on this defense. They're going to have to weather this storm. This is going to be hard.
It certainly will be. Argentina taking the high ground as they come in from the right side. Titawat falling early. NZNR with the kill on the answering Tracer, and Leviathan.
Mickey right there in the nick of time, but he is going to die.
And Mickey does go down. Some percent built already. Battletoad with the pulse bomb right on top of him. NZNR, they do manage to pop Beast out of his mech as well. So Thailand's starting to stabilize here. They really needed that. I think they're actually really lucky they got away with not even a tick being taken.
I totally agree with you, though. Argentina had a lot of advantages, but they didn't really get to use them. You see, now all of the ults are coming up. Thailand had to switch out their support, so they're still in a bit of a desperate situation. Opudo has to have a huge EMP.
As hard as that last fight was for Thailand, this one is going to be harder.
Yep, absolutely will be. We have to keep an eye on Opudo.
Self-destruct thrown out first. Argentina trying to distract. They're going to come in anyway. Beast back on the point right now. There's the EMP. Where's the follow-up? It's a transcendence from Argentina to keep everybody alive. He managed to avoid the EMP from Opudo. Sound barrier as well, so that EMP doing basically nothing. Argentina looking for the kills now. Klaus will see what he can find with that pulse bomb. Doesn't even need to use it. Well, actually, Titawat goes down. He did throw it out a little bit earlier. Argentina losing a little bit of health, but no, they're pretty good on the point.
I mean, Klaus is killing the entire Thai team right now. Yeah. Finally, somebody else picks up a kill, but NZNR dodging around these pillars, attempting to stall out this point, but Argentina's gotten a lot of good percent up.
Yep, Thailand, the respawns coming in really fast on this map. They're still stalling it out a little bit. Argentina with nearly 2 ticks. There's a sound barrier just to keep Titawat alive on that big Winston. Opudo back again. Titawat still with some health. He's got the nano boost to keep him alive for the moment. Manages to live. He got so low, and we're going to be into overtime. Hiding from that self-destruct now. Beast gets back into his mech. He's going to be removed from it again immediately, though. And Titawat does have that primal rage. Going to go ahead and use it as overtime ticks. And can he knock Argentina away far enough? They've gotten 64% on point B, not too bad. But with those kills coming in, it looks like Thailand is going to end it right here.
Yeah, Leviathan just playing a game of hide-and-go-seek on a pillar. Yeah. And that'll be the last of it here as Argentina makes some progress on point B, but not all the way. So Thailand now has 5.5 minutes or so to equal that score and go ahead and take Horizon. Still doable, definitely, for Argentina. Will have to be a pretty tough hold for them, but we've seen lots of teams really fail to take point B in the past.
Well, that is going to be the tough one. Point B is always a challenge, but Thailand, you know, really with a lot more time to work with than a lot of other teams have had, and as dominating as their attack run was, you'd think they're going to be still in pretty good shape here.
Yeah, I think they probably will be, Doa. Again, it depends on what they play. Mickey right now, at least in the lobby as we're ticking down, Mickey was on the Widowmaker. He's now switched over to the Zarya. I do think that if they believe that there is going to be another Reaper defense here from the likes of Argentina, that maybe that Widowmaker will work. But instead they're going to switch it up. So Argentina, what this says to me with the soldier pickup right now is that they know that the Reaper is not going to be very useful for defending point B, so they're willing to take a little bit of a shot here.
Oh.
That's right.
That's what happened.
I told you about the monkey murder, Doa.
Oh, the monkey's like, help me, I'm falling off. And the guy's like, check out my pecs.
I think he threw him off. I think that's actually what's happening.
Another monkey stole someone's lab coat. That happens. Lab coats are cool. Here comes Thailand on the attack. Mickey back on the Diva, not going with that Widowmaker after all. And again, a win here will secure their spot at least in that tiebreaker versus Denmark. They'll at least be more or less alive.
They will be. And now they're looking and seeing if they're going to get a flank in at all. Trying to play around the south back. It's already been hacked by Argentina.
Where's everybody?
Yeah, where is everybody? Great question. So poke right now.
Is this a trap?
Well, they should know now, of course, with the soldier fires, there's not going to be a Reaper. That's why Argentina has changed the position from which they're playing.
Thailand very tentatively poking in.
I think they're waiting for that health pack to be unhacked. Thailand right now. Just a bunch of poking from both sides, but now they're going to go all in.
Could be. They're on the point right now. Tidawa with the early knockout for Bisuken. He's out of the mech.
Oh, neck to
That's
man.
going to be
all
it.
alone.
Yeah. Thailand did such a good job there of separating Argentina's defense, and they weren't really able to approach the point as a group, and they got picked apart.
Enzian are already making the run back right now, seeing what damage he can get done onto the second point, but there's going to be 3 people up, so by himself he will not be too effective. 3 staying back to make sure they can capture this as quickly as possible.
Yep.
And then they're going to be rolling. NZNR died to Klaus there in the front lines, so that ends up being kind of a disaster for them.
That is such a pain for Thailand. I mean, you send your Tracer up, and yeah, it's great to get a little bit of damage done. It's great to build that Pulse Bomb energy, but man, you cannot get picked there.
I don't know about this. Switch back to the Zarya again for Beast.
He's gonna try it. EMP drop by Argentina, and Thailand just gonna go ahead
Great
and
dive.
wipe it up.
Yeah, great dive there from Argentina. But again, Thailand's not going to be too sad about that. They still have 4 minutes to get 2/3 of a point down.
Well, they're really close to 6 ults as well, so they've got a chance for a big, massive push. And again, like you mentioned, they only need those 2 ticks to win the map. So you can afford to have a couple economy pushes here.
That's right, and Beast also, with the change over to the Zarya, did reset. He's a
and that seems to be kind of slowing Thailand down a little bit too. Here comes the EMP for Argentina. They do lose DDX in the return fire. Sound barrier for Argentina to try to stay up. Mickey, is he going to use that self-destruct? It looks like he is. Double self-destruct. Mickey taken out by Beast though. And now Leviathan with that tack visor is going to clean this fight up, and I think Thailand is in real danger of losing this map.
They still have a minute, Doa, and they still have a lot more ultimate. So Mickey will switch to the soldier after using the self-destruct. Now they're going to get the EMP down. Everything's going to have to come down to how this nano boost is used and how the EMP is used for Thailand. They get onto the high ground. These swaps may open up the point for them, so at least they can get some serious damage from above.
Yep. Here we go. Coming in, they chase Beast off the high ground. Beast going in for the dive, though. There's a nice Primal Rage. Argentina just buying time. Battletoad does fall, though.
May have been a bit that may have been a bit early, Doa. That Primal Rage didn't actually help them very much.
You know, I think Argentina was hoping they could get more kills on the backside of that, but they weren't able to do it. EMP comes in now for Apudo. This is Titawa's moment. Jumps in, couple kills for NZNR as well. And Thailand, this might be the map for them, and if they can do it, they've at least forced a tie with Denmark, and they will. Thailand, despite things being a little bit dicey at the end there, able to come back, win Horizon Lunar Colony, and now at the very worst, they will play that Oasis tiebreaker against Denmark.
Yeah, I do like the swaps, though, at the end of the map that we saw from Thailand. That made a big, big difference, because as soon as they realized the soldier was on the high ground, Necta jumped up there, maybe popped his Primal Rage just a tad too soon.
Yeah.
And then basically, Thailand still had a minute left. They could back off and then re-engage thereafter. And that proved very effective. It's just a nice pulse bomb.
Yep, softening up the rest of the team as well. And ZNR has been coming through for his team. So now if you're Denmark and you're watching this match, you've been cheering for Argentina this whole time, obviously, but now you are really cheering your heart out for Argentina because you know you're going to need to play that tiebreaker no matter what. But if Argentina can't win the next map as Team Denmark, you are out. You're done in the World Cup.
You are done.
Yeah.
And you know what? That just makes those losses on Hollywood and on the controlled map so much more bitter if you're a Denmark player or a Denmark fan, because both of those maps could have easily gone to Denmark. It was so close, so clutch. It's, you know, we may never actually see another, 8-7 Hollywood map again.
7-6.
7-6. That's right.
It was 7-6.
Yes. No, it was 8-7.
Was it really?
Yes, because both teams captured the point in the minute attack as well.
You're right. You're right. Okay, it was 8-7. Wow.
That is just a shocking result for a hybrid map.
I've never seen that before. 8-7. That was crazy, right? I mean,
you know what I'm gonna do, Doa?
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna talk to the guys back at Blizzard HQ after this, and I'm gonna ask what percentage of Hollywood games, because of course they have all the data, go to like at least like 7-7, where we see 2 full pushes and then the caps afterwards. It must be like 0.00001%. It must be something crazy.
Yeah.
I'm very curious what those numbers are, though.
Don't rub it into Denmark, though. Denmark is feeling very bad right now, and all they have left, their only hope, is in Team Argentina to win on Route 66, it looks like. If Argentina can win this one, at least Denmark gets a chance to play in that tiebreaker Oasis match against Thailand. If Argentina loses to Thailand, if Thailand gets the 4-0 right here, Thailand goes on to that match against China, takes second place in the group.
Yeah, that's pretty big, obviously.
Yep.
And Thailand will have to play pretty soon again, too, against China. They're not going to have much of a breather if they do advance. And another map pick for Argentina.
Route 66. Well, we've seen a lot of interesting games on this one. A lot of those interesting games involve Bastion, but I don't think we're going to see that this time around.
No Denmark this time, so.
Yeah, right over the hill there is where the movie Cars happens.
Is that it? I've never even seen the movie Cars.
It's, well, it's fairly self-explanatory.
I've heard it's the worst Pixar movie. Confirm or deny? It's hard because most of them are good.
I'm not a huge watcher of those movies, but I think Ratatouille was worst.
Really? I think most people really like Ratatouille.
I'm not most people.
I know, Noah. You're very special.
I like cars. I like cars. I like cars.
You like cars, huh?
I guess so.
And you like shouting, I like cars, apparently, too. How do you feel about the American Southwest?
I like the American Southwest. But here we go. Crucial match in this series, in this tournament.
I like do or die situations, Doa. That's what's fun for me.
We've got one right here, right now. Do or, maybe die slightly later for Thailand. Meanwhile, Argentina already dead, but they can strike from beyond the grave to ruin things for Team Thailand, or at least make them a little bit harder.
Yeah, zombie Argentina here is can do some real damage.
Zombie Argentina. That was also one of the names of my punk band.
That actually is a fantastic
It's a great band name, isn't it? Yeah. Well, here we go. Leviathan on that Widowmaker early, looking for those shots. Mickey, though, the one to claim first blood on the defensive side. DDX taken down, and Argentina has to back away. I don't know if this Widowmaker is really worth it for Argentina.
Well, they haven't managed to get the picks yet, and now it's very evident that it's there and looking for those angles. Meanwhile, Apudo sneaking around on the Sombra, trying to find his way into the back lines, close to at least getting that EMP up again.
I mean, when you take one of the best Sombra players we've seen this week in Apudo and put him on one of the best maps for an early Sombra defense, it's tough for Argentina.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. It's going to be an uphill battle.
Yeah.
I think the most dangerous map for Thailand in this whole series was Horizon, and they've managed to overcome that hurdle.
What is Klaus doing here? Waiting for his teammates to respawn, I suppose?
Well, he needs some heals right now too, so DDX gonna have to get that orb on him, and Thailand looking very comfortable right now, waiting for the cart to pass around the corner, and Apudo looking for those opportunities to get the EMP down.
Yeah. Here we go, Argentina coming in. Klaus so close to that pulse bomb. As Thailand jumps down, he throws out the pulse bomb. No kills from that one though. Taken down by Titowat. And Argentina pushing that payload just a bit. And Thailand lost a few members here, but they should still be able to defend.
Yeah, it looks like they are going to stabilize, although that late kill is going to make a big difference with the run back time. Mickey not going to have the self-destruct any longer to try and stall this one out. Maybe have to use this nano boost in a not the greatest fashion as they have to back all the way back out into the tunnels.
All right, they've got another chance to come in and defend here. Apudo slowing it down with that invisibility on the Sombra. Wants to get back in and hack that health back. Here comes Titowat over the top. Got the nano boost on top of him as well. Transcendence, he's gonna pop the primal rage, and as Transcendence ends for Argentina, they are gonna get pushed way back here.
Yeah, Leviathan in big trouble. Has to take a bit of a sprint here away from this Winston.
Yeah, he'll be able to get away for the moment anyway. Gets the kill onto Titowat as well. And Argentina with that sound barrier really wants to try to finish point A. EMP, Argentina fighting back. Thailand though with not a whole lot of follow-up after that EMP.
Another self-destruct. Mickey's been building ults very quickly this map, and that has made a big difference in terms of the time delay on the card. A minute remaining, but it looks like Argentina is going to try and delay this for just a little bit longer, but the members of Thailand streaming back onto the payload.
Klaus trying to pop Mickey out of that mech. Meanwhile, Leviathan just trying to push Thailand back, but with that sound barrier, I don't think this attack vise is going to do a whole lot.
Has the MP, Doa watch for it when he comes back.
Yep. And Argentina having to regroup. They lost Klaus, they lost a couple other members. Pretty tough. Thailand buying a lot of time here. Only 30 seconds left for Argentina now. And if they get full held, it is almost certainly going to be a Thailand 4-0.
Yeah, that's going to have to be a truly epic defense.
Yeah.
Apudo has to come back, get some heals back up from his teammates, but he's got control over the health packs already, trying to punish Beast for walking forward. And Klaus is slept on the ground.
All right, Transcendence coming in. Apudo still has that EMP to use. He's going to go up in the air, drop it down on Argentina, and with a couple losses on their side already, they may not even be able to contest the payload. We're into overtime for the moment, but not for long. Thailand looks like they have full held. Route 66, Apudo comes through again.
He does, EMP after EMP with those two big health packs right next to each other. One in the gas station and one in the tunnels can be a tricky defense to break, but we'll have to see if we have the likes of Argentina using the Sombra as well. DDX has also been good on that hero, and I think they're going to try the same thing.
I would imagine so. Thailand basically has to push the payload most of the way through point A to win this match. It'd be a Herculean effort for Argentina. Oh, now look, oh, I got shivers.
Apudo's
shivers, Monte Cristo.
He's booping you.
I've been booped.
You've been booped.
It's the Obupo.
It's definitely the Sombra, channeling the Sombra right now, and it's been working for Thailand thus far. So this is their opportunity to go ahead and move through in second place to the playoffs, have a chance to fight for that spot in the Overwatch World Cup playoffs at Blizzcon.
We've got the right stuff.
Mickey is...
Well, we'll see, Necta, we'll see.
Not going to be sticking onto that Roadhog, but Argentina, no surprise, use the Sombra on the defense. Leviathan back on the Soldier 76.
Yep.
Don't think I'm happy about that.
All the clocks are at high noon.
What else would they be? I mean, this just makes sense with McCree sort of being his home map, right?
You'd think so, yeah. Not surprised. It's like after the Deadlock gang came through and wrecked everything, he went and set all the dead clocks at noon. He's kind of like obsessive compulsive that way. It has to be high noon. It has to be high noon. Every clock has to be high noon.
Muttering that all the time.
It's high noon. It's high noon.
He does say it a lot, regardless of what time of day it does.
Exactly, yeah.
Night market, high noon.
I think there's, I think McCree has some issues that we haven't resolved yet. Here comes Thailand. It's attack time, and again, not too far to go to take this match 4-0 and move into that playoff round against China. ZNR, some kills early on for Thailand, and they're going to move this payload forward.
The D-suit going to be pretty crucial right now, and the kills, unfortunately for Argentina, just keep coming.
Man. Argentina not putting up much of a defense yet. A lot of people dying, not a lot of ult charge being built on the defensive side. That's a problem.
Yeah, now with all the time remaining, they've already managed to clear the first bend on the road and moving around the second right now. Argentina is going to have this last stand here on Route 66.
Oh, wow, and a pick on the Klaus as well.
Huge.
Argentina has to defend this short-handed. NZNR looking for a bit more. He's nearly got that pulse bomb. Leviathan falls as well. There it is, tosses it out just in case. And Thailand have got the kills. It looks like they've got the win here. Just a bit more, and that will be nearly it. As soon as they can kill Klaus, they do it, and Thailand will get the 4-0 over Argentina. Thailand moves on.
That is absolutely fantastic for them. They will be second place in this Group B. They will advance to play a best-of-5 versus the so far unblemished Chinese roster.
China has not dropped a map yet, so it can't get any tougher for Thailand, but at least they've got themselves a chance.
Well, they looked pretty good over the course of that series, so I'd be surprised if they didn't take a map or two off of China. Especially since Group B looked like a bit of the harder one in comparison.
It's going to be a great series for sure, no doubt.
And even though it's another 4-0 victory, and Argentina, they did pretty well, all things considered, in what turned out to be a pretty tough group. But
yeah, it was. And I mean, Argentina, they came to play. They practiced really hard as we've seen. And again, you know, I think we see a lot of talent on this team. They are, like I said earlier, the team with the record in this tournament that least represents the skill of the players.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And they can leave with their heads held high.
Absolutely.
As I like to say, Noah, don't cry for B, Argentina. You did well in Group B overall.
Don't cry for Argentina, me. I won't cry for them. It's okay. Sounds good. But Thailand, though, moving on, and poor Denmark, man, that is rough for them, coming so close to winning some of those maps versus France, but in the end not able to do it, and then having to sit and watch Thailand get that 4-0, the only score that would have sent them home from the tournament. And so that's it. We're going to go to a quick break, guys, and when we come back, we'll get the playoffs rolling.
The 2017 Overwatch World Cup is brought to you by Omen by HP, T-Mobile, Union Pay, and Blizzard Entertainment.
And the dust has settled, and it will be Thailand making their way into bracket play against the hometown team of China. Welcome back to the post-game desk here as we get ready to break down the action there. It was certainly a great series for both teams. You know, Argentina showing that they have this ability, they have this capability, just falling short, unfortunately. Thailand, though, Zoe, looking great.
You know, every time Thailand seemed to stagger a little bit and Argentina seemed to be the upper hand, having the upper hand, somehow Thailand just went back and doubled it all up and in the end took it all. So I don't know, it's a bit unfortunate, but I was really impressed with the showing we had from Argentina there.
Yeah, Argentina showing that the region is not to be taken lightly, which I think was their main mission coming into this event.
I mean, definitely. I think NZNR might have had the biggest improvement we've seen in this tournament so far in terms of just turning it around from a day one where maybe people were like, is he on the map? Second day, same question. And then today, he took it to Argentina. We did not see Klaus in that kill feed much unless he was on the receiving end of it.
Yeah, Klaus seemed to be, I want to say tired, but you know, it's been a long week and he's had a very heavy team on his back. Not to say that he carried them entirely, but you know, the guy put in a lot of work this week.
He really did. I mean, you have to think about like the people that he was going up against, right? I mean, just some top tier players across the board, going up against Craigie, going up against Soon. It wasn't easy for that young man. It was very impressive stuff. But that means, though, Thailand will advance. Now this is going to be very interesting, and we'll dive into that a little bit later. But I just have to say, this Thai team, absolutely impressive. So I know you're proud of him.
I really am proud, and I would love to be even more happy about it. But the win for Thailand also means the out for Denmark, and that makes me really upset.
Can we have a moment of silence for Denmark?
Yeah, really.
Especially after the matches that they had today, man. Unbelievable. But in any case, so guys, we just want to let everyone know, streamers back in the States, so only T-Mobile brings you unlimited access to the Overwatch World Cup this year, courtesy of America's best unlimited network. So big thank you to T-Mobile, our partners, for that. And we've been talking about this throughout the broadcast here, the MVP, players to look out for. Last year it was Miro. We all know him. We all love him. But a couple new names are starting to make that case of whether or not they should be the MVP, well, for, you know, Blizzcon this year. And one of those players is Soon, Flame.
It is Soon, and it's right now, actually. He deserves it, you know. Coming into this tournament, people weren't sure if he was still up to caliber, I think. He was missing his pulse bombs in tournament play online for a couple months, actually, and it was starting to become a thing, you know. You didn't expect it, but all of the pulse bombs he's hit in this group stage have been purposeful. They've been clutch. He's just been the turning point for this team. Whenever their backs were against the wall, whenever you weren't sure if they were going to win the map, it was always Soon. And that is super important, I think, if you're a France fan right now, that he was able to take up whatever, you know, disadvantages they might have had and always make that flip whenever they needed it.
He always seems to be in a weird position with the community because he's like the first person to get all the flack for a lot of, you know, because, you know, you see for Rogue and everyone's like, oh, this is Rogue, this is such a great team, and, you know, Soon makes a couple misplays, and then it's just quick to judge. But he's really been great this event.
Well, yeah, it's one of those things, you know, you look at France in general, whenever Soon's having a rough game, that's when France does not do well. So if he dies first in a fight, you expect France to lose the fight. The same thing happens here, though, where you see the rest of his team dies first, but it doesn't matter because he's playing that well. And I think that that's really important. I don't think it's really understood how well that he's playing or just how much of an impact he is allowed to have by himself.
Well, there's Soon right there, folks. And that was your T-Mobile Unlimited Gaming break right there.
The 2017 Overwatch World Cup is brought to you by Omen by HP, T-Mobile, Union Pay, and Blizzard Entertainment.
And that is a wrap on group play, but now we look forward and determine who will be the two teams that will go to Blizzcon this year to compete in the 2017 Overwatch World Cup. It all comes down to this, folks, and our first matchup is China versus Thailand. I expect this room to get absolutely insane in a little bit because this is basically what this team was put together for. Every team was put together for this, but for China in particular, Rachel, this squad has this mission on their mind from the very beginning. Nothing was going to stop them.
Absolutely. Right before this match that came by, they screwed the desk down. They made sure everything was locked down because this whole venue vibrates when the Chinese fans get excited. You'll notice also China, the only team to come to the front of the stage and take that bow when they win. I feel like they're so confident. They don't want to drop a map here. And you know what? It's almost like all these other teams seem so small to them.
Ooh. Okay.
Little Cersei Lannister perspective for China.
What do you got playing?
Not the Iron Throne. I mean, it's one of those things where you look at it on paper, China should win, but I will say that China has not had the level of difficult matches that Thailand has. Thailand, if you look at just the teams that they've played, they played Denmark, they played Argentina, they played France. 3 very big teams, 3 very good teams. Whereas I feel like China might have had the way easier groups, at least throughout this weekend. So it's not as straightforward as I think people will think. You have to look at it from also the perspective that Thailand just finished playing. China's been cold. They might have played like 3, 4, maybe 6 hours ago, actually. So there's a lot of factors coming into this more so than just, oh, is this team better on paper?
Very, very true. But their opponents on the other side of the stage, coming off of a victory, a very tough victory there was
yeah, it was a
Thailand.
tough one, but a victory nonetheless. And I do think that Thailand really outperformed themselves over and over and over again this very tournament. And Mickey with his awesome diva plays. We saw NCNR really stepping it up today. Apudo on his Sombra has impressed us really a lot. And Tito Watt and Penny's also as Carlos. Carlos. He turned Spanish a lot, so that's okay.
Oh yeah, Carlos.
But I know they all put their work in to get the team where it is right now. And I do think China it's a big opponent, but I think they can still make it.
This is doable.
It is doable.
I don't know why I think that, but I think it is.
Doable.
I have no idea. But guys, we just want to let our friends know, once again, back in the United States, their only T-Mobile brings you unlimited access to the Overwatch World Cup on America's best unlimited network. The players are going to be coming out to the stage here in just a little bit. I don't know. I feel like this is doable. You know, this matchup's going to be insane, Flame.
Nothing is impossible. To put it, you hear the crowd behind me. They're ready. They want China in this. They want China at BlizzCon. They want representation at BlizzCon. This team wants to be here. This LGD, IG, ICE combination. They've been practicing. They know what they're up against. They've seen them. They just watched Thailand. That's another thing we didn't talk about. So they know what to expect. I don't think that they've gone up against the Sombra as good as Apudo yet. I don't know that they've seen a diva as good as Mickey either. So there's a lot of things that are going to come into this that might catch China off guard.
Indeed, this is going to be a good one. Now we want to get some thoughts on the players, so let's go ahead, send it over to Malik, who has members of China and Thailand on the stage.
All right, our first World Cup qualifier match is getting ready to go down. I have Undead from China and Mickey from Thailand here with me. I'm going to start with you, Undead. You guys have been relentless this entire group stage. Just extremely dominant, haven't dropped a map the entire time. How important is it to you guys to be perfect? I know the ultimate goal is to get the BlizzCon, but how important is it for you guys to get perfection in this group stage?
中国队的王林，这个问题是问你的，就是说，目前为止，中国队的战绩非常的惊人，你们是12比0，以不败的成绩一直到了最后这场比赛。当然，我们知道现在你的队伍的目标，队伍的焦点是赢下眼前的比赛，然后去晋级暴雪嘉年华的那个决赛圈。但是对你来说，你的队伍有没有完美主义？想不想要就是说以不败的记录进入到暴雪嘉年华？
就是在中国的赛区 OWPS 里面，我们 LGD 战队就惜败了一场，失去了冠军，但是其他都是连胜没有输过。我觉得这是我想带我的团队保持这种风格，从未输，就是一路赢下去。
That sounded like a confident answer.
So in the Chinese regional tournament Premier Series, my team never dropped a single series in the entire regular season. So I'd like to carry the momentum and leading my team to Blizzcon without dropping a game.
Lovely, lovely. All right, so as the team captain, you know, a lot of people are going to look at the score, and they're going to be like, these guys are 12-0, and they're going to focus on that. But for you, as the team captain, what has made you the most proud about you guys' performance so far?
王林，就是说，现在作为中国国家队的队长，就是在目前一个非常完美的表现下，你作为队长来说，这支队伍最让你骄傲的一点是什么？
就我们队伍是以2个不同的风格的队伍组合在一起的，然后近期就只有10天的融合程度的执行力，以及队友非常信任我，这点是非常满意的。
So the China national team are coming from 2 teams, and the 2 teams are, you know, playing in very different styles. We've been, you know, getting together and train scrim for about 10 days, and how the teams coming together and how we execute our strategies have been very satisfying.
Lovely, lovely. Well, thank you very much. All right, Mickey, I don't want to leave you out of this, okay? So you guys had to pretty much 4-0 your last team, Argentina, in order to be here. How are you guys feeling now that you've made that happen and you're going to be moving on?
I didn't expect that we're going to make it 4-0, but we believe that Argentina is one of the good team here. And I think today, Thailand team is performed very, very well. So now we feel so confident.
All right. And, you know, me and you were talking yesterday, and you pretty much called it. You said, you put the scenario here. You said the road to BlizzCon went through the Great Wall of China. So now that you know that and you know your prediction has come true, have you guys been able to devise a strategy to go up against these boys and eclipse that wall that you were talking about?
It's so hard question. Can you make it simple?
Okay. You don't do you guys have a plan?
Yeah, you mean special plan, right? So I think we're gonna play the same, but I don't think they can handle us.
I love this confidence. This is what we need. All right. Well, you know, Team China, they're here in front of their home crowd, but I wanted to give you an opportunity to talk to your crowd that's watching from home.
Okay, let me speak in Thai. ก็สวัสดีครับทุกคน คนไทยทุกคนนะครับ ก็วันนี้เราก็จะทำอย่างเต็มที่นะครับ ก็เป้าหมายของเราตอนนี้อย่างแรกก็คือไปในงาน Blizzcon ให้ได้ แล้วตอนนี้เราก็มาถึงรอบสำคัญแล้วที่จะเจอกับจีนนะครับ ยังไงก็ฝากทุกคนติดตามทีมเราให้กำลังใจทีมไทยทุกคนด้วยนะครับ แล้วก็เดี๋ยวกลับไทยไปเจอกันครับ บ๊ายบาย
All right, well, I'm ready to get the show on the road. Best of luck to both teams. And on that note, let's set up the match with Golden Boy back at the desk. Take it away, guys.
All right, so here we go. It's going to be China facing off against Thailand. A lot of confidence, and I'm sure we're going to have plenty of opportunities to break down all the things that we heard in the half. But let's send it over to our casters to take us through the action. It's going to be Achilles and Wolf.
Thank you very much, Golden Boy. Achilles and Wolf back here at the casting corner, and we are ready to send one of these teams over to BlizzCon. China coming in undefeated right now, 12-0 Thailand. Barely making it past having to do a tiebreaker to get into this playoff, but feeling confident, Mickey, with some strong words in that interview.
Yeah, definitely some really strong words in that interview. And, confidence coming into this one. They don't think they stand a chance, I believe, was basically the wording that he said there. And China coming to this, as we saw from Undead there on stage, knowing that they took this 12-0. They had a flawless flawless run through the regular part of the premier season that they were able to make the grand finals of for China. So they want to carry this momentum forward, as he said, bringing the 2 styles together from LGD, of course, and IG Frost, bringing that together to actually bring that synergy that they finally got with having the 6 men together there. Seems like they're actually having no problems whatsoever, actually. Yeah. So they've kind of brought this evolutionized 6-man roster together. as Flame was saying, maybe some would argue they had the easier group, but with the domination we saw, I don't know if they're going to be able to bring this one out, Thailand.
Well, here we go. Map pick over to China. It's going to be Hollywood as per usual. So we'll be starting out in sunny LA for the beginning of this best of 5 series. So just to go ahead and clue you guys in, and now best of 5, not just going to be 4 maps per set, will be first to 3 wins, same map order, same map pool. Final map, 5th, will be Oasis in a best of 3. So we could see that map for the first time here today.
Very much a strong possibility. We have 2 best of 5s that could go the distance. Now, this has been the map pick every single time, 3 times in a row for China in the initial group stage. As we move into playoffs, it'll be their 4th, moving into Hollywood as they are the highest seed here. So they've had full holds aplenty, strong pushes on attack, and they are just dominating with the dive comp. The defensive Eileen Sombra and the aggressive Eileen Genji has kind of defined the playstyle for this map, getting to the back lines. And sometimes on attack, they're getting it with the very first push. Pretty terrifying team to go up against. As was mentioned, though, on stage, Thailand did just come off of that 4-0. They've got the momentum on their side. They're warmed up. They didn't even have to change their gear, but the crowd is against them.
Absolutely, the crowd just chanting in unison in favor of China. We will have them here on the start. Moving forward, we'll be going up against Aputo with that Sombra. Has proven to be one of the best that we have here in the tournament. We'll see how they fare. So far, shy from the back line. Just trying to keep everybody alive, but Undead will be the first one to fall, but Eileen able to answer on NZNR very quickly after. So both Tracers falling here. You can see Thailand contained back into the cafe. The hack now down in onto that health pack to try to offer up some added healing here for his squad. Nabuto gonna have to kite back and maybe just even take him down. Seems like he is staying alive at the moment, but the rest of the team can't really see the same. Panties and Curlos both going down. Nabuto just now getting killed. That's the second tick already coming through for China. You already mentioned it, maybe just getting this take on point A on the first push, and that is exactly what they're aiming to do, and it seems like they got it.
Huge roar from the crowd after this one. Gonna be the first push, and they're gonna have a massive ult economy lead here. Aputo playing the risky game, trying to run the Sombra. When you run the Sombra here, you have to defend at least that first push, not get stopped over to have that EMP. They failed here. Mickey will be switching over to the Soldier. No surprise given that their hunkered down defense there, they're kind of back on the first floor defense failed, so the D.Va not going to get as much value here now, so just wants to go ahead and build that up as quickly as he can. Aputo going to look for a better opportunity than that one, though, for the EMP.
Does have that one waiting in the back pocket at the moment. You can see going forward there is Didawat, just really oversteps his boundaries. Has to really respect the Discord orbs that'll be coming through there from Shy. Has had excellent target selection throughout the duration of this tournament thus far, and right here in this match, it's not going to be any exception. Panty's trying to make it out of here. Makes his way over the roof. MG not that interested in him. We'll let him go a separate way in the meantime. Pulse bomb coming through, but MG still going to be sticking alive into this one. The Transcendence coming down. And even though that heal deny is through from the biotic grenade, they will still stay alive at least for a little bit longer. Self-destruct coming through, finds NCNR. Sound barrier helping keep the rest of China alive for the moment, but Yao Yao will fall in the end. Payload halted for a little bit here. Thailand starts playing forward, but with these heavy losses that they are suffering, they might have to peel back and try to regroup for another defense. Puto and Kurlos both going down. Dragon Blade available here for Eileen. You can see they're trying to retreat, but China's just not giving Thailand any chance.
It feels like this is the biggest struggle China's had so far, realistically, on Hollywood, but still, it feels like a walk in the park. The sleep from Kurlos there coming in, shutting down the Tracer for a moment. Also, the kill that came in there onto Yao Yao early. MG getting DMAC, but they still just couldn't find the synergy afterwards. Eileen now holding onto the Dragon Blade, trying to grab this checkpoint. Here it comes.
Yeah, throws it down by a grenade already used here from Kurlos. Stays alive for the moment, but Eileen does find Mickey, getting rid of one of those DPS members and helps take down Panties as well. So things still looking good here for China. Just a couple more meters left to go. Puto pushing in, tries to delay it, but he just can't anymore.
Unfortunately, Puto didn't have that EMP ready. Mickey had just gotten the tac visor. That could have been a way to try to stop that checkpoint, but China now with 5 minutes for the completion.
Oh, Eileen going very far forward. Manages to stay alive. Nice bubble coming through here from Yao Yao, going forward to ensure that the Genji does not go down. But, well, can't do much about that when the post bomb getting thrown in will take him down in the end.
And Aputo does hold on to that EMP. The tac visor still held here. Thailand has a lot of time to burn through now, but at least they keep this pretty ult efficient. The Dragon Blade only halfway there for China. As Yao Yao is coming in here with the Primal Rage, soon to be set up. Looks to go for the drop down actually onto the backline, onto the supports. That's the plan here. Waiting for his teammates to close the distance, looking to probably try to get Carlos.
He's dropping down straight in on top of the sleep dart, comes through, perfectly timed there. Can they capitalize the question? And the answer is yes, they take down Yao Yao, but they lose NCNR at the same time. Now the Transcendence thrown out here by Shy, trying to keep everybody topped up on top of the payload. To be working for the moment, but maybe not for much longer. Titobot going in, has that primal rage, but is taking so much damage yet again. The Discord orbs just being swapped over target to target by Shy, and everybody coordinating to take them down. Now more kills spilling through. Mickey and Panny's both suffering losses. Aputo going down as well as 5King picks up the double kill. Kurlos will go down. The supports going completely bloodthirsty and basically tearing apart Thailand.
No ultimates really used here for China. They've got so many here. Mickey's shut down. They can't even get out of the spawn. Eileen with the Dragon Blade, and this is going to lock in this one. Kills him before the sound barrier can go down. And that should be the completion here for China on Hollywood. Dominant performance yet again to start off this best of 5.
Aputo just doing as best as he could to delay, but it just was not enough. 3 minutes, 32 seconds remaining. China shoving all the way down to point C.
And we're seeing sleep darts connecting consistently from Kurlos. We're seeing these tracer dives for Undead shut down decently. And even though the ult usage has been pretty good and Aputo has been able to build up those EMPs, the fighting overall has been China favored, and with very little ultimates used. I'm watching 5King kill tracers that get into the backline, getting double kills. MG mitigated Mickey's tac visor usage. They used so many ultimates before the push was really nearing completion. MG shut down all that extra DPS. The EMP there with the tac visor was completely nullified by the defense matrix, which was not blocked by that EMP. And so basically they used all their ultimates before the completion. China had the massive ult advantage, which they didn't even need to complete. I feel like Thailand still, though, I guess you could say gave China their biggest run for the money on Hollywood, and if you didn't watch the earlier part of the group stage, I guess that probably tells the story of how dominant their run was.
Yeah, they've been absolute monsters, not just on Hollywood, but in pretty much all of their games. And the 12-0 record at the moment currently really does help speak for that. At the moment, China looking to make it 13, if not 15, by the end of this best of 5.
Well, Thailand, for the moment, in terms of what composition they're showing, are showing Aputo on that Sombra. They've had so much success with it. It's part of what carried them, actually, to this playoffs. That and Mickey's excellent self-destruct usage, his Diva being far superior to his Soldier overall. And they're going to stick with it. They're going to stick with comfort here. China has been full holding on this map over and over. Maybe Thailand's the one to break that streak. It's all going to start with this Aputo Sombra.
Well, even that would be a step in the right direction, but Thailand going to be looking for a lot more than just taking point A. Need to go all the way to the end if they want any chance of competing here on Hollywood. Want to start off this map with a victory to carry forward that momentum that they just gained versus Argentina. Shy up on that high ground to snipe it away, but Eileen's actually going to be the first one that goes down, and Xenar finding him sneaking around in the shadows does take out that pesky Sombra. He'll be able to rejoin the team very swiftly, however, and already did get about 35% there on that ultimate. Now Aputo pushing in, getting the hack thrown down here onto MG. Tries to break that mech, but the rest of the squad not really in a position to go ahead and knock him out of that one. So for now, we'll be still remaining as a very tanky Diva. Getting leapt on for the kills now coming through here for the side of Thailand. 5King and Undead both taking out. Yao Yao, Shy, Eileen all going down. MG pop out of the mech in Thailand. They're just going to go ahead, likely get that team kill. There we go. A bit of a delayed one as Undead does respawn, but will not make it back. 2.8 in time, and Thailand does take this. 5 minutes, 34 seconds on the clock for the Streets phase.
They've got the ult lead too, and just like what we saw when Thailand failed to defend using the same Sombra composition, they didn't get the EMP. Eileen being picked at the beginning part of that fight meant not a lot of health pack feeding there to get that EMP available. Wasn't able to build up the ult charge the same way that Aputo has. He's got the EMP available for this next fight.
See if they can make good use of it so far. ZNR going to be the one getting picked off. Nice fire grenade coming through there from Kurlos, and a bit of a botched leap there for Yao Yao. Probably hurt his head, slamming it into that elevator.
Not exactly what he wanted. Aputo going to look for an opportunity here, pretty far away though. Probably would just wait for this translocator, just let it time out.
Just going to spout out there. On Eileen knows exactly where he's placing his translocator up onto this high ground. See what sort of avenue of approach he can take at the moment. Just going to be sitting inside the building. EMP going to be dropped out here by Eileen, and China going to go ahead, crashing forward. Pudo throws out here's to try to counter, but NZNR is going to be first for the falls. Undead has that nano visor coming through, finds a double kill, getting rid of Kurlos, but now he's got a very angry scientist on top of his face and will get smacked into the ground. Tidawat coming up with that one. MG also knocked out of his mech off screen. The payload not moving at the moment here for the side of Thailand.
Undead had that great high ground position, but got greedy and dropped down, so got punished there by Tidawat. Pretty even old exchange here, but the payload is halted for the time being. Yao Yao holding on to that primal rage. Here comes a hack, unfortunately onto Eileen. He won't be able to build that EMP as quickly as he would have liked to, but the payload is so far away from this checkpoint. Thailand's having trouble here with the fast respawns.
Still a lot of time on the clock, but that's going to be the sound barrier out here from the side of China. Already losing MG, now Undead also going down as Mickey picks up the double kill. They will be able to pop him out of the map. Yao Yao going back up to the high ground, has that primal rage should he need it. Meanwhile, NZNR coming up for kill with that pulse bomb in onto Shy, finds the stick and takes him down. And Thailand will be keeping this payload moving, albeit slowly, but still getting it closer and closer towards point B. Still 3 minutes 30 on the clock for these guys. Very well could make it to the end if they can maintain this pace.
But they're about to hit the hardest point of this second checkpoint where they have the longest runbacks. China has been very conservative with ult usage. They have the nano they can use on Yao Yao here. They have self-destruct. Here comes the EMP to start things off.
Drop that in, nano boost in onto Yao Yao. Got slept out for a second, but they immediately wake him up. Not exactly what Thailand had in mind now. Going full primal, gets the smack around, takes out two right off the bat, looking for any stragglers. They get that big stagger coming through, does find Mickey, and they're just gonna go ahead and try to slow him as much as possible.
Oh, nice
That's
sleep.
And here we go. The cruelty.
Time to celebrate.
Yeah, just go ahead, they move away, and Undead will go ahead and pick up that kill. Not that big of a commitment either here from the side of China, just the three ultimates rather. Nano boost will come back very rapidly, as well as the EMP.
The most impressive part of that too was Yao Yao went sub 100 health before popping the primal rage, so got the maximum value out of that there, even when the heal deny came out from Kurlos. So Pudo going to be looking to engage to start things off with the EMP. They have self-destruct and the primal rage. So a lot of ultimates here they could use if the EMP is good.
That's a nice hack there, Pudo. But capitalization is going to be another question. Doesn't find anything there. So now back over onto the payload. Goes both of these teams. Undead popping that tack. Visor Shy being threatened in the back line. Does not land the sleep dart. Now he's just smacked into the jail cell and will go down. Tidawat finds him, quarters him, and comes up with that one. So nicely dismantling the healers here on the side of China. Five King still alive, still in the fight, and has that sound barrier ready to go.
And I just don't feel like Shy's sleep darts have been good enough to warrant the honor over the Zenyatta when you're playing against an attack Sombra. The Transcenses are going to be so useful, so important to deny those, and he just hasn't been able to do so with the sleep darts, especially when Tidawat's coming in.
All right, well, that's going to be EMP dropped out here by Eileen. Five King still holding onto the sound barrier, has not used it yet, but Yao Yao's already been taken out of the fight. Eileen going down as well, but Undead trades one back here onto Tidawat. Seems like China, though, they want to just go ahead, regroup. They will allow this push to come through. 3 minutes on the clock here for Thailand as they start advancing towards point C. So already have less time in the bank than China did when they completed it. But China, they don't want to go into those overtime rounds. They want to stop this here now.
And that's why China decided to back off here, hold on to their ultimates, not contest that checkpoint, contest the end game, because they already have the time advantage. Why push it there for the checkpoint when they could just play it safe?
ZNR staying a lot, being quite elusive, gets himself away from Eileen. We hear that nano boost coming through. Yao Yao yet again going to be empowered, pushing forward. The heal deny comes through, and he is hacked out. Can't use the primal rage, which he would be unlocking here at about 3%. Makes it back around the corner, keeps himself alive, but it's still just going to be kills exchanged on both sides. Both teams losing some of their tankier members, and Eileen going down as well here on the side of China. But for now, Thailand going to be held at bay. This payload around the corner, a bit of a difficult spot for them to try to get to.
So we're seeing basically the idea for China's defense is to put all of their eggs in the Yao Yao basket, protecting him, giving him the nano boost, using him to carry these fights when the EMPs go down. That's why they're continuing to use Shy on the Ana instead of the Zenyatta, not really using those Transcenses, not looking for those. And Thailand is just trying to win all fights off of EMPs and tack visors. Here comes the sound barrier here. Very far away from that payload.
Yeah, they toss this one out. They want to go ahead and try to shove Thailand all the way back towards the spawn. Tack visor still available here for Undead. Self-destruct actually finds Kurlos. Nice little pick off there for MG, getting some value out of the ultimate. And now Tidawat jumping in just a bit too aggressively into the thick of all of these Chinese players will get taken down. And it's going to be a nice stagger to finish things off as Panties is the last one to die.
All right, they've got one real big ultimate push available here, and the payload is rolling back, so it's going to be very difficult to actually chain this into a completion because China has the fast respawns. They're going to have the nano boost for Yao Yao. Could be used for the nano visor as well for Undead. They have options here if they can bait out some ultimates. Eileen drops this down but dies actually in mid-cast.
Right before he goes down, the nano visor coming through. Undead finds Mickey, and then pilot form follows up onto Apudo, gets the triple kill as Kurlos goes down, and Undead, with the help of that nano boost, just rips apart the Thai squad, denies any hope of a push here on this attack. They finish off Panties yet again, right at the end for the maximum stagger.
Undead
now backs against the wall for Thailand.
Drops down there with the nano, totally catching Thailand by surprise. They just were not in position to defend that. No one to deny him, and since Mickey's not on the Diva, they're so reliant on the EMPs coming down to shut down ultimates like this. They don't have that defense matrix, and that's why this was so effective. Now Thailand desperate to make this work. They've still got the EMP. Here it comes.
They use it, but can they capitalize on top of it? You can see Eileen will be caught out, can't jump back. MG knocked out of the back as well, so things so far going rather well here for the side of Thailand. Undead trying to spin around, goes down the biotic field, keeps himself alive as Yao Yao dives in, takes out NZNR, but the payload is moving forward right now, uncontested. As Thailand looks for the finish. Undead coming in, just sprinting around, trying to buy as much time as he can, but the attack visor is thrown down here from Mickey, just shooting anybody that he possibly can. Finds Shy, finishes him off. Can they get the push? It's all on MG at the moment. Will get popped out now. Eileen swapping back over to this Genji. Has to get in on top of the payload, but he is so dangerously low. Will die in the end, and it's going to push in for the completion, but in overtime. So now Thailand have to hold off China for 3.5 minutes.
It's going to be a tough hold to pull off here too. I mean, this was a very good final push there. The EMP was good. Undead had to be pushed back there because he was jumped upon so heavily. Had to run back to the spawn. At least he survived because Shai is making a continued argument for the Ana over the Zenyatta. But so much time was bought, and I feel like the lack of Mickey's Diva for that final push really empowered Undead for that drop-down nano visor. And overall, his DPS was more consistent because there was nothing to shut it down. Only Titawat could mitigate that damage. So, hoping to see some more Mickey Diva here for this next hold. And that is what he's at least highlighting right now as we're about to open the gates.
It's going to be a tough one. 3.5 minutes. I mean, China, you saw how swiftly both of these teams were able to take point A. So to hold off for pretty much triple the amount of time is going to be a very difficult task here for Thailand. So China still with the upper hand. Very well could be walking away with this first map win. But Thailand, if they could pull it off, would show that the immortal China team does in fact believe that they are mortal.
That they are mortal.
They are merely men.
This is the toughest time China's had in any map so far this tournament. But still, as you said, only one tick of this capture for them to win it because of the overtime finish for Thailand. Will be Apudo on that Sombra for the defense. Looking for the hacks here and the flanks. Very safe and slow push for China. Not going to try to dive in just yet. Eileen does find an angle potentially though to go and take out the Ana.
I mean, he's just wrapping around, has that back shot here on Mickey to try to pop the mech. And Titawat and Apudo, the first ones to go down. Mickey going down very swiftly thereafter. Now Kurlos dropping in to try to contest the point, but to no avail. He's just going to get cut down. That is in fact going to be the wipe, and it doesn't seem like Titawat will arrive in time to contest this one. And that's just going to be Hollywood, just like that, going over to China. Certainly given the most trouble that they've had so far on that map in particular, but still do come up with a win, still are undefeated.
And that's for the Thai fans to really consider, because that really was a great showing from Thailand. The EMPs were really good, and they gave a run for Undead's money there on the Soldier, shutting him down, even on the Tracer, in fact. Titawat will actually have play of the game here. Looks like we're going to go ahead and check this one out. Going to be on the attack here when they did get the break. He actually broke that high ground. Undead didn't have any protection here, and then it was just a cleanup. Got woken up from that sleep immediately, and that was the fast cap. Wasn't enough for them to win the map or anything like that, but the coordination for Thailand has improved from map to map from the start of the beginning of the season. China took the map, but we have to give credit where credit is due here to Thailand because they gave China their hardest time yet.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of those moments where you maybe get a little bit annoyed at your teammate. They woke up the very angry monkey right when he was zapping everybody to death. but still a good showing here from Thailand. One of the teams that started things off a bit shaky in their performance, losing 2 matches to Denmark, then able to fire back, pick up 2 themselves. But this is still a strong performance. It's still great to see that they were able to make it this far, but they still need to take a map at least off of China.
They need to take the next step. And Mickey's Soldier, you know, from day one, we were a little bit worried about it. It wasn't as consistent as his D.Va. He certainly improved it quite a lot, as we saw throughout that map of Hollywood. But it was missing the D.Va defense matrix that caused Undead to have that big pop-off there. They had really only 2 ultimates to work with, Attack Visor and the Nano. So the Nano Visor was what did the big work there to buy the extra time, which is what forced the overtime and gave China that massive advantage going into the defense. So seeing a little bit more D.Va against Undead, whether it's on the Tracer or on the Soldier, I think would provide more protection for the Thai team, provide more protection for Oputo as well to get those EMPs, to build those more consistently.
Well, you know, try to stand out with that Soldier had a bit of effect there at the end of that push, but overall, I do have to agree with you. I think that the D.Va is the way to go. Mickey is one of the best, if not the best in the world, when it comes down to that hero.
Play of the game, shutting down the res there against Argentina.
That was just dirty. I mean, the timing of that and the read, knowing that the res was going to come through right at that moment, was just really well done by Mickey. And that just goes to show the prowess that he has with that pick. So, you know, maybe just kind of relying on that a little bit more might lead to some success here for Thailand.
Exactly. I mean, it's his main hero on his pro team, Envious, as well, the one that he is so famous for, what allowed him to be picked up by Envious and end up winning Apex Season 1. This is the hero he's most experienced with. So we're going to head into Control now, a map that China has also really dominated. Looks like our map pick is ready.
They've dominated everything.
That's
so
true.
Pretty much anything that pops up on your screen, China has dominated it. But
it's going to be Lijiang.
Yeah, the pick here for Thailand will be Lijiang Tower.
Going to China within China here, as China has the crowd advantage as well. You guys could probably hear that through our mics every time a play is made.
Oh, they definitely can. But I mean, you're giving them the crowd advantage, the home field advantage, both in and out of the game. It's a bold move by Thailand, but feeling comfortable here on Lijiang Tower.
It's one they've been able to study the most games out of China. So they've been playing a lot of it throughout this group stage as we move into playoffs. So perhaps they think they have seen a hole in the armor of the Chinese team here. But I think we're probably just going to see that standard 2-2-2 dive. Most likely with Shy on the Zenyatta over the Ana, you would have to think. The Ana was really useful there, empowering Yao Yao to buy a lot of time on the defense. And a little more of an uncommon pick because Shy is normally so good at actually breaking Tracers that try to harass him, doing a lot of extra damage. We saw it on attack there on Hollywood, how much damage he was able to do freely there.
I'd also be interested to see if either of these teams are going to be looking to run the Pharmacy comp, especially here on Gardens. Absolutely strong, can get those, you know, random boops off the bridge at the start of the map, but for now seems like we're actually going to be having a Sombra from the side here of Thailand. Yet again, Oputo going to be pushing forward with this one, wants to make it work. With a nice contained, you know, point here on the map. Those EMPs can go a long way, but for now, Undead actually going to be the first one getting taken out here as Panties comes up with a kill, but Mickey's going to get popped out of the back at the same time, and Eileen is able to scoop up that one with those right clicks coming through. It's a bit of even back and forth here from both the squads. Thailand shoved back towards that bridge in the cap, getting ready to come through here from China. We'll peel off of that one for a little bit to go ahead and ensure that Thailand is held back. Now moving over, should get this first cap coming through. Yao Yao, dangerously low, will get taken down in the end. NZNR pushing forward, pulse bomb thrown out, not going to find 5 King, but he is still in danger, has to try to kite his way back. You can see Titawat just pushing it, now with the Primal Rage available, getting the smack around here. In onto MG and 5 King, but the sound barrier comes in to keep himself alive. Now Undead with the pulse bomb. Can he set something up? Winston will leap out. Seems like Thailand maybe looking to regroup. Pulse bomb comes down, but the eat is there from Mickey. Great reaction to throw up that defense matrix.
With such a heavy dive there, it gave the ult advantage to Thailand. Eileen will finally have this Dragon Blade though to turn it around, and China actually had control of that cap the entire time, despite Thailand having the ult advantage, so they won't get the flip here. And I think the reason why that was so successful for Thailand, even though they lost the point in that first fight, is because China dove in so deep. Mickey was there this time with the defense matrix. Titawat had that very early Primal Rage because he was able to build it up so quickly. Now they've got the ult advantage for this flip. Here comes the Transcends though to try to shut it down.
Yeah, they're already thrown out here just in case that EMP were to hit, but now Oputo can just wait for it to come through. Now throws it down. Undead still just working his way around, is getting jumped on, has no way of getting away from Mickey at the moment. He's just going to take him out, and there's going to be a near wipe coming through. 5King now goes down. Team kill completed, and Thailand will get the flip on the point for the first time.
Very well executed here by Thailand, as you said, waiting for the Transcendence to come down, dropping the sound barrier right afterwards there with the EMP, just to make sure they didn't really have to use many other ultimates, so they held on to the self-destruct. Pulse bomb not needed here. Titawa is building very close to that primal range.
Oh,
the
and
double
NCNR comes up with the double. Eileen and 5King both going down. Undead there to get a little bit of vengeance here for his squad, but then they lose out on Yao Yao as well, so Thailand coming up nicely there with those pickoffs from that pulse bomb. And they will maintain control for the moment, still ticking upward, about to hit 30%, about halfway there to match China.
Yeah, Eileen looking for that Dragon Blade. He will have no support ultimates ready by the time he gets it, but they'll be ready soon. And China, luckily for Thailand, doesn't have the 99% flip, so they're going to need more than just the flip to secure this one. They're just waiting for that Dragon Blade. Yao Yao already gone. That's a lot of peel missing.
Yeah, really nicely done there. Kurlos just going to go ahead and flick his way into victory. Now has the Transcendence thrown down to keep everybody alive. They knock MG out of the back. Undead as well will fall. MG just going to jump up to try to get the fast reset. And nearly had the cap, but Thailand will hold on. And with that, they're going to surpass the percentage of China.
The scary part about this, though, for China is that they're going to have the support ultimates. This time for the Dragon Blade, they used a lot for this. They used both support ultimates and the Primal Rage. So China has a great opportunity now to retake this. As long as they can execute the Dragon Blade correctly. Aputo can shut this down if the EMP is good. Undead is going to look for the first pick to actually open this up. Coming around the backside right now, wants to actually grab Aputo if he can.
Looking for now, just firing straight into the back of Mickey. Gets that full heal coming through. Dropped down at 7 HP right at the end of that one, and can't really poke his head into the point at the moment because that self-destruct is coming through. And Yao Yao, when he's in the wrong place at the wrong time, will fall. Now sound barrier thrown down here from the side of China as they try to stay into the fight. Eileen with the Dragon Blade coming back out, finds Panties, looking for a little bit more, but he is just slicing blindly and will get taken down. NCNR just a bit too elusive for him. Flip does come through, however, for China. Got it now, 66% going upward, 95 to stop for Thailand.
No EMP here for the engage for Thailand, but they will have some time to build it. There's really triple ult being used there for China, both support ultimates and the Dragon Blade, but they hold on to the time-buying ones, the ones that are most important to make sure they can get that 100%. The self-destruct, the Primal Rage. Aputo's going to have to do a little bit more farming here to get that EMP, which is going to be their engagement tool. No support ultimates yet, but they're getting very close.
5King staying alive. NCNR already suffering a loss here as Eileen takes him down. Undead going into the back, throws out the pulse bomb. Can he get the kill? No, not going to happen. This takes a little bit of HP off there. Mickey.
So falling off the side
down
there.
Yeah, looks like he just got himself ejected off the map. And Titawa coming in, does get the Primal Rage off in time, nearly had died. And is delaying this one here for his squad in overtime, and now that's going to be the Transcendence thrown in here from Shy. Kurlos nowhere near his own, just firing away with the left click desperately, trying to get some of these kills, but he's going so very low. But 5King gets taken down, so it's exchange of those supports at the moment. Shy also falling. MG knocked out of the back as Mickey charges in. Thailand looking for the recap, and it seems like they may be able to get it unless China can get in onto the point. They cannot do so. And now Thailand, they're going to be the ones looking to force the fight in overtime.
Undead's hacked here, does get the recall off. He needs to get onto the point, though, to continue that overtime. Yao Yao's picked.
Gonna be Eileen. Yao Yao going down already. A nice start here for Thailand. Trying to close out this first round. Undead getting hacked out yet again. Will get killed, but MG has made his way back in onto the point. Self-destruct being thrown down. Mickey having to go ahead. Wrap around the backside as Titawa does get popped by that explosion. Mickey dangerously low, just trying to go ahead and track down 5King, but just riding the ceiling, buying so much time, as you say, for the rest of the squad to arrive. Now has the sound barrier available, drops it down, but Yao Yao and Shy have both fallen. Eileen drawing out the sword, looking for the kills. The hack comes through, hasn't found anything yet, and he's going to be killed by NCNR. Now Mickey being traded back, but the self-destruct finds two. Undead and 5King both going down, and Thailand will not stop without one hell of a fight, and they do it in the end.
Thailand
goes over to Thailand.
They take a point off of China here. Mickey held on to that self-destruct for so long. There were so many opportunities he could have dropped it down to try to stop 5K from continuing that overtime, rolling around on the top, but waited until the most valuable moment ever to use it. And there were so many tools on the side of China that were staggered one by one to buy time, but constantly the momentum was in Thailand's favor. Undead bought some time, 5King bought some time. We saw Yao Yao almost had the Primal Rage, was killed by Mickey, which is what guaranteed that point for Thailand. And Thailand's now the closest anyone's ever been to taking a map of China in this qualifier here. The Shanghai one. As we go into this, we are going to see some more Mickey on the D.Va. I think that is one of the main reasons why they found more success. They're shutting down Undead's harassment. They're shutting down Eileen with the left clicks.
Going so well for him, so it's not broke, don't fix it. We'll be sticking through with this one, but you can see already China pushing very far forward up towards Thailand's spawn room. As we wait for this point to unlock, 10 seconds left on that one as the poke continues, just trying to build up steadily as Eileen here for this Dragon Blade, already over halfway there.
He builds this so quickly.
But MG, he's going to be the first one that suffers any sort of loss, gets popped out of that mech. Mickey as well will lose his, but neither has died yet. Jumping forward to Puto, already having that EMP, throws it in. That's going to lead to Undead and Shy both going down. They follow up with the Baby D.Va and Yao Yao, and it seems like Thailand, they go ahead, they stop that cap from China. They say, no, 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 we're taking this first.
And the whole strategy was identical to what we saw against Hong Kong earlier from China, was to allow Eileen to farm up for the Dragon Blade, win the first cap with that, with the support ultimates, if they can grab them. But Eileen was shut down hard there. Didn't get the kills he was looking for. Last time we saw him, look for the pick onto the back line there. The back supports the Zenyatta. Goes in, gets the dash reset, allows him to harass more. Didn't happen this time. They're going to have an ult advantage here, obviously, as Thailand used a lot of resources for the cap. But already trouble on the side of China with the original initial plan here.
See how long it takes them to get that recap. Pulse bomb thrown out, but the Devourer is there yet again from Mickey, just nomming that one up with the defense matrix, keeping his team safe. Now the Transcendence coming through immediately from Kurlos. As soon as he sees that Tracer just push up into his face, Eileen trying to slash away. Will take out NZNR, gets the one kill, but that's all he gets from the ultimate. Now, the rough spot's still gonna get healed up, back over to full, and it seems like China will be winning the fight back over onto the point, as Yao Yao with that Primal Rage takes out Titawat. Self-destruct thrown down by Mickey, looking for a couple kills, but everybody able to make it back around the corner for the moment, but Oputo drops down the EMP yet again as they try to clean up something. Shy going down, they get rid of the Zenyatta, but Mickey, Panties have fallen, and it seems like that will finally be the flip here for China. It's delayed a little bit longer. Puto sprinting around, and Titawat in there as well.
The idea,
a bit of time, but seems like this is going to be a little bit inevitable.
The idea here for Thailand with the self-destruct usage from Mickey, it may look wasteful, but had he been able to be a little bit more successful for buying time for Titawat there, they could have gone for the 99-0 split, which would allow them time to build up those ultimates anyways. Because this failed, China could be very happy about that, because it's going to take Thailand more than just a build-up of 6 ultimates to get the 1 recap. They're going to need more than that. So, nicely done by Thailand anyways, making a baby 40 flip into a 66. Expensive, but still, they have the advantage.
Well, Undead gonna go down. Kurlos yet again showing off that accuracy with those orbs, just tossing them out, but Eileen goes in a bit deep, takes out MZNR, and now China gonna be cutting back in over onto the point. Keeping MG alive is Shy, throwing out those orbs of harmony consistently to try to keep them up. Now Eileen going forward, has the Dragon Blade, but the sound barrier comes down, and everybody turns straight in onto the Genji. They take him out first and foremost. Now looking for a little bit more. Another Transcendence coming through here from Shy.
do something cool or something great, and they were just like, nah, we don't want none of that. And then like midway through, there was some like respect claps because like I said before, real recognizes real. That's just how it works. The streets are real out here, and Thailand they're bringing it. I love it.
They really are. I mean, they just need to be really careful not to have Undead being uncontested like we just saw on Lijiang Tower, because he really raked havoc in the backlines there. But if Carlos can keep it up and, you know, like throw out those transcendences and negating the ultimates from Eileen, they're onto something.
China's got a threat in every position, though. We even saw that with 5 King. We got a nice POV on him when he was doing a lot of work on Lijiang there.
And the Thai team on the other side, led by the one and only Mickey. But you think about just the talent here, really letting everyone know that Thailand is a region that is formidable in professional Overwatch. And I'm personally very excited to see that flame.
Yeah, we're going into Assault now. I think I've been 0 for 5 in the last 5 attempts to predict the next map. But if I'm Thailand here, I've seen China win Lunar Colony a bazillion times, it feels like, coming into this quickly, too, and decisively. And with a Sombra player in a Puto, maybe you take them to Volskaya. I'll predict Volskaya. I'll probably be wrong. But I do think that that is their best chance of winning this series.
All right, folks. Well, now it's time to find out if Flame's prediction comes true or if he is wrong again. Commentators, Achilleos, Wolf, over to you guys. Take it away.
All right, thank you very much for coming back for what could be the final map at this first best of 5 series. China on the cusp of earning their ticket to Blizzcon. One more map is all that it's going to take for them to advance. Thailand, the reverse sweep. Can they do it, Wolf?
Feels unlikely at this point. I mean, China has been really dominant. I do feel like they finally started to give the proper respect to Aputo. Let's find out where we're going, though, of course, for this Assault map.
I'm so sorry, Flame.
Sorry, Flame. It's Horizon again.
Well, you know, he said that it would be their best chance of winning, so if Thailand does lose this, then he's not technically incorrect. Maybe they would have won on Volskaya, so can't give him 100% of the blame. But yeah, Horizon will be the revisitation here for us now in this best of 5. Puto, maybe feel like he can still make that Sombra work here on this map. Maybe Thailand has a different strategy that they want to try to bring out, but so far it's been a lot of the same.
Yeah, and you know, if it's not broken, don't fix it, but it hasn't won them a game just yet. But
it's hard to say if it's broken,
sure,
or if China's just that good.
Well, I like that China has made the adjustments to deal with the Puto Sombra a lot better, splitting their composition up, not getting EMP'd massively there, having better protection for Eileen, not being so divey, not you know, really underestimating Thailand anymore, as I feel like they did the beginning parts of Lijiang Tower. And we saw Eileen getting the Dragon Blades off, the sound barriers coming down for those Dragon Blades, even when the EMP came in and was good. So, protection, the name of the game. Yeah, we got Nano Blades. I guess Sound Blade is not really a thing.
That's going to be in the Lucio rework.
Sure.
He just explodes and a bunch of swords fly out of his body.
Well, let's see what we're going to see from Thailand on the attack. Mickey's on the Diva, Kurlos on the Ana this time, and Aputo will be on Soldier. So, bit of a role swap here.
All right, yeah, not going to be going for that Sombra on the attack at least. Perhaps we'll see it on the defense. Nice grenade comes through there from Shy. Onto the high ground goes Mickey. The defense matrix up to try to mitigate a bit of this damage coming through. Goes dangerously low. Seems like they're not going to be pursuing off the high ground, at least for the moment here. So we'll just leave him. Instead, going to rotate back around, get on top of the point. Make sure that they are defending this quite well. Tito pushing forward. Undead here with this Reaper just firing away straight into the face of that Winston. To try to chunk him out. Hasn't gone down yet, but they do get the pop out here on a Mickey. Sleep Dart in onto Undead, but he does not go down. Stays in the fight and actually takes down Tito. And now the tanky front line here from Thailand completely dismantled as Mickey is still left in his baby form.
Undead is just doing so much.
Oh, he's just pushing and can't quite get the kill there onto Aputo, but gets him damn low.
And Mickey's actually being burst down. Is not actually really giving the protection against Undead's DPS here, unfortunately. Now Undead nearer to that Death Blossom. Eileen, 65%, not his best charge, but still pretty good. And they've got the Nano to pair with it. The Sound Barrier, might see one of those Sound Blades to kill us for the next push for Thailand. And Aputo's going to stick with the Soldier and be swapping that role. They want to make sure they have the Diva and the Soldier. That's why there's the overlap here with Mickey. Aputo's forced onto this role. Not the attack Sombra. NZNR going to look for a pick, but unfortunately just not any juicy targets at the moment.
They could go in. Yeah, it's going to go ahead and put this down on the Yao Yao. So not even going to try to force out with that Primal Rage. Has confidence in his team to go ahead and defend while he gets in here with the respawn. Eileen getting an nano boosted. Doesn't have the blade quite yet. A couple more percentage. Will have it now. Draws it out, but he's still dangerously low. Can he get the kills? Answer is going to be no. Aputo is there with the follow-up now. Tackvisor coming through. Finds 5King. Looking for a little bit more, but gets pushed off the point, but still gets Undead as he drops down onto the low ground. First tick now acquired here for Thailand as they continue to try to push in, and Yao Yao rejoins, immediately gets slept out. Kurlos with the accuracy just locking him down. Can they kill him in time? The answer is going to be no, because he does still have that Primal Rage. I'm trying to buy as much time as he possibly can here for the rest of his squad to rejoin, because the second tick still has not come through. Will leap away at the last second here now, going back in. Do they want to contest this? The answer is going to be yes. Mickey going out the self-destruct. Not going to be finding anything for that one. Another Sound Barrier out here from Thailand. NZNR nearly there for another pulse bomb. And one after the other, the Chinese team members will just be going down. And that's going to be the cap here for Thailand. 5.5 minutes on the clock.
Aputo was the MVP there with that Tackvisor. Coming in, China just did not see him coming. MG was pointing his defense matrix the wrong way. He's still, Undead is still holding on to this Death Blossom. Couldn't use it there because he was picked. It may have been a mistake not to pop that Primal Rage for Yao Yao. He doesn't have it now.
Oh, Mickey just charges in, takes him down, so can't get into a position to use that Death Blossom. And Eileen completely locked down with that Sleep Dart the backside. MG going forward to try to defend him, and NZNR will get tagged from the back. 5King coming up that kill, and it seems like Eileen makes it out with his life. So China, plenty of ultimates here for the defense, but Thailand, they have a lot of time.
Yeah, they certainly do, and only 5 minutes, or sorry, 5 minutes is quite a lot of time to actually make this happen, to build up the ultimates. It's going to be a baiting game a little bit here for Thailand to try to bait these out at first. Mickey's going to be the protector when the Death Blossom comes in. We'll see if it's actually full nano here, as Shy does have that available. It might be some old school, but it's Dragon Blade actually is the first one.
And Nanoblade
up the
coming
double.
through. Kurlos, Aputo both going down. You know what? Also picked off an NZNR. He's just going to fall off screen. 5King coming up with yet another kill, like they said over on the desk. Every single member a threat. 5King puts another kill in there for himself.
Well, I mean, it was really just the Dragon Blade and the Nano Boost used here for China. They still maintain a massive ult advantage, so Thailand going to have to do some eco pushes to make this happen. They need to be sure that they don't use these ults one-off when they come into attack, because it's just burning so much of their time away.
Occupying that high ground at the moment. Yao Yao waiting for the leap in. Mickey will go deep into the backside, looking to try to get in on top of Shy, but that's going to be the barrier coming through, but will not help him through that pulse bomb. Undead throwing out that Death Blossom does take out Tito. They will be able to follow up here onto Aputo, so seems like Thailand yet again going to get staved off. They get a couple of those ultimates away from China, but they're still going to be in a pretty nice spot. Eileen, oh, he just goes in, finds panties. We'll be able to get rid of Mickey at the end, not just leave him in that mini form.
Yeah, just going to leave him there. Will be eventually taken out from Yao Yao there with the jump But Mickey taken out, and Undead is definitely doing his job as the tank buster here on the Reaper. He's the one who's dealing with Titawat. He's the one who's shutting Mickey down when he comes in, using that defense matrix early. And it's everyone else who finishes him off once the defense matrix is down. And again, Thailand doesn't have that many ultimates. They're even going to make the swap for Aputo onto the Sombra. Feels like desperation, but they're going back to the comfort pick here. 3 minutes on the clock.
Very wide area here on point B, so it's going to be difficult to try to catch everybody in that EMP. NZNR going low, dashes out to the backside of the fight, gets that health back, keep himself alive. And Dead in the meantime looking to push back forward, trying to get the kills in onto Titawat. Almost gets the pop there onto Mickey. He does get knocked out. Self-destruct will be coming through. Now the sound barrier thrown down. Everybody from Thailand still alive, and Undead just now getting ready to respawn. But Eileen is going to fall, and it's MG receiving that nano boost. As the self-destruct ready to go, should he need to use it, but with the hack coming through, he can't pop it, now gets knocked out of the mech, and this could be a massive opening for Thailand. They're trying to get this cap. Undead picked off Aputo, coming up with that kill as well. Sound barrier interrupted, 5-team cannot get the cast off, killed right before he gets a drop. Beautiful by NZNR with that target selection. They take him down, the first tick acquired, looking for the second one here. Thailand are still very healthy, everybody alive and in on the point. Eileen taken out, cannot build up for that Dragon Blade. He's so very far away. There's a sound barrier thrown down here by China, but it's going to be denied out by the EMP. Aputo yet again, perfectly timed. Just gets rid of that shielding, but Undead is still able to take out the Winston. But Yao Yao loses out onto his. Mickey trying to fly away, trying to get onto the high ground, will get killed. Knocked out of that mech as MG chases forward. The fight will finally subside as Thailand only pick up the first tick.
So close.
And that bought so much time off the clock. It's just a minute 40 remaining now, Wolf.
So close for Thailand there. Mickey actually going in deep, and they knocked MG out of his mech. He was hacked there before he could self-destruct. Killed, then he came back, he was knocked out of his mech the second time, was hacked again before he could use that self-destruct to remech. He got to 100%, and in the middle of remeching was killed again. It was Undead who bought the time there. Mickey with no defense matrix there when it came down. Now, as you said, not a whole lot of time left for Thailand. We're going to see the boost here onto Yao Yao.
Yeah, pushing forward. GoldenEye not quite going to connect there onto the Winston, but helps keep Panties alive. MG knocked out of the mech. See that sound barrier coming through Thailand. Posturing forward, looking for it. They're going to be all in on this push, but the look of things. Self-destruct, not going to find anything for Mickey, but he's able to make it back into the mech safely. And Yao Yao going forward, nearly takes out Aputo, but can't quite find the kill, and instead suffers his own death. Eileen trades back onto Girls, but immediately goes down. NZNR there to pick up pieces and find vengeance for his teammates. MG coming back in, needs to buy so much time here for the squad. Has the self-destruct ready to go. Gonna throw it straight up into the air. Everybody just getting around the corners will be safe as he re-enters in, but Undead has joined in the fight, has the Death Blossom thrown down, finds Panties, but the defense matrix is chewing up so much more of that. Drops the shotguns, reloads, takes out Titawat, makes it into the Wraith form, and yet again, China seem to be holding on. The second tick was acquired, 82.5%.
There's only so much.
Thailand, but it seems like they're not going to be able to get this completion. It's just 15 seconds remaining.
There's only so much that Mickey's defense matrix can do, and yet again, a second it runs out, Undead finds that value, finds that damage. Good protection there from Shy. He went so low, went into the Wraith form. Shy's able to identify the small window to make this happen. Live King looking for the hidden sound barrier to come over here.
This is it, the last ditch effort here. Undead, the first one to fall. NZNR going for it, doesn't find that post bomb in, but Eileen able to get the Dragon Blade right before that EMP drops, finds the kill. Now the nano boost sliding through, tries to get on there, gets rid of Panties with the help of MG, now looking for the Tracer, just slashing away, throwing these shurikens out with a right click, gets the deflect to take him down, gets the follow-up onto Kurlos, and they might have just done it. Eileen showing up hugely when his team needs it, dashes through, just needs to get rid of Mickey. They will be able to do so, they will hold out. 82.5% is what is accrued here for Thailand.
So much time buying there from Shy and Undead, and Mickey, he was trying to shut down those Death Blossoms really well there. He was always in position to do so, but it was Undead who had the patience to waste it by just using regular left clicks. He built it up so many times through the healing in Wraith form, so he would use basically his entire clip, go into Wraith form, heal up from Shy's heals because no one was harassing him, then come back in, empty his clip again, built up those Death Blossoms so consistently, so quickly. That's why Reaper's so meta on this map. And even though we had several successful attack attempts and some really good hacks out of Aputo after he had that switch, it wasn't enough because China's time buying there, using Reaper specifically, was so successful. And now all they need to do is get that second cap to close this series out and go to Anaheim to join the 2017 Blizzard World Cup, or Overwatch World Cup at BlizzCon.
Here we go. China over onto the attack. And I expect that they're just going to play this one about the same as we've seen. Likely going to be MG swapping back over to the Diva once we see that Sonic Arrow come through. Thailand, for the moment, will be starting Oputo. No big surprise with that Sombra.
Going to have Kurlos on the Ana, which can be very useful in this tiny, defensive point here on point A. But also will give him the more survivability when Eileen is diving in to try to get the kills off. Just kind of what the main target is always going to be Kurlos or Oputo if he's available for Eileen and Undead. So giving some extra survivability there with a biotic grenade. And also potentially get the sleep here. So I like the choice of Ana over the Zenyatta right now.
Yeah, it functions really well with these tight corridors, you know, all the side rooms that you have to go through to try to get in onto the point. So if you land that nice heal deny onto several members, could make for an easy cleanup here for Thailand. See if Kurlos is able to pull it off. We'll see how China is going to approach this one. MG, again, very heavily expected to swap over to the Diva yet again.
Actually, on the Hanzo, though, it looks like he's used used Widow before, so just getting some vision here.
He was just taking his time.
He's done this every time on attacks. This is not an anomaly. Thought he might do a different sniper here with the Hanzo, but we'll be sticking with the Widow. We'll see if Thailand could deal with this.
Would have been a bit bolder there had he seen the Hanzo, but unfortunately a pick that has eluded us so far in the tournament outside of those initial Sonic Arrows. Instead, we'll be just scoping right down the lane, looking for Kurlos. Force out the biotic grenade, barely misses that headshot. But like you said, has been playing this one. Does he want to stick to it is going to be the question. We've seen teams suffer losses because they tried to overcommit to the Widowmaker. Norway coming to mind when they were squaring off against China. For now, still will be piloting that Widowmaker, but Undead goes in, finds Titawat looking for a little bit more. Discord Orb thrown down onto Mickey, and even with that biotic grenade coming through, he's going to get popped out of the bank immediately and taken down by Yao Yao. Now Panties following suit. Kurlos, the only healer left alive, and not for long, throws out the grenade yet again, but Shy is there to take him out. Seems like this should just be the cap being handed over to China. A massive time bank going to be available for them.
And it's not about the headshots for Widowmaker always. It's not about the big picks, the flashy plays, but the disruption that Widowmaker provides. So Undead can get in the back line, pick up the 2Ks, the 3Ks. Eileen's about to have that Dragon Blade. They have this massive ult advantage going into the second point. They're going to look for the double cap here. MG not even willing to switch off the Widow. If he can get a pick, this might just be how China closes it out with such a large ult advantage.
Futo disrupting in the back line. He goes dangerously low. We'll get the heals coming through now. Poison Trap not going to be finding anything. Looking for a shot here onto Kurlos or perhaps NZNR, whichever target he can find. But so far, all of them are just sliding out of view, but Yao Yao is there to go ahead and scoop up the Tracer as they start pushing in onto the point. Nano boost through here onto Titawat as he leaps in, does find Eileen, and now the Transcendence is coming through.
Yet again, just no block on the Transcendence. He didn't get the hack off there.
That's going to be the first tick, getting ready to come in now for the side of China. Just need to make it past 82.5%. It seems like it might just happen right here, right now. Kurlos goes down. The team wipe comes through, and that's going to be it. China have punched their ticket to Blizzcon, the first team from the Shanghai Qualifier that will be advancing into the top 8 to fight against the best in the world. And unfortunately for Thailand, it is a shutout, a 3-0.
Such good Widowmaker play there, though, to help win the Winston battle in the front lines. Yao Yao was able to just trash Titawat there with the extra snipe damage coming in, forcing that early nano nano boost to be used. Eileen will be play of the game here, as fitting on their way to China. But such good coordination from this team. Better outplaying of Oputo throughout the end of this series, shutting him down, making sure that Shy was always able to hit those Transcendences when the EMPs came in. That, again, was the main factor. They won that big push. They avoided the EMP. And China is the first team from the Shanghai Qualifiers to go to BlizzCon. The crowd roars here as they take this entire qualifier without dropping a single map.
Yeah, 15-0 at the end of the weekend. And that is something that they are going to be riding all the way into BlizzCon, that every other team that qualifies has to look forward to facing. So a lot of pressure on those teams that have to square off against these guys because they are an absolute powerhouse.
And, you know, the Thai team was one of the big stories of 2016. Mickey was the big one that came out of that team, joined Envious, became an Apex champion. But they won't have their opportunity in 2017. They're going to have to wait for the next one. As China comes out on stage, gets the big cheer again.
They will take their bow. Audience on their feet to applaud for their squad here. Not these people, they're still sitting down, but a lot of them were standing up.
Absolutely, and Thailand had a good run, for sure, but it all ends here. And it's not going to be the last we see of Mickey.
Certainly not. Still there with Team Envious, so a bright future ahead for him. But for now, Team China have to look forward to seeing these guys in the future at BlizzCon, perhaps versus South Korea in the final. How hype would that be? A lot of different things can happen, but for now, we are going to go ahead, throw to a quick break. When we come back, the desk will go ahead, break down that final map, and then we'll have our final playoff to figure out who the second team from the Shanghai Qualifier is going to BlizzCon. So don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be back in just a few.
The 2017 Overwatch World Cup is brought to you by Omen by HP, T-Mobile, Union Pay, and Blizzard Entertainment.